Hello, and thank you for joining us on today's episode of the Water Cooler Guys Chat. Now please welcome Niswonger, Wiseman, and Mortar. Take it away, fellas.
What? That's what it is. That countdown. Every time it hits 0, I just want to go quiet and see what you guys do.
Get nervous, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is video though too.
Yes, I know. That's what the problem is I'm so used to no video that I
just get the dead air.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us around the water cooler this week. This week we will be talking about Zany Criminals and a few other segments that we'll introduce again. Just some new ones, and we'll sprinkle them in from time to time as we go along here. Just want to get them introduced and play along, and hopefully you guys enjoy. This week, Niswonger decided he would like to give us his first Zany Criminal story that hopefully everyone will enjoy, and we'll go on. We'll kind of go do a round robin, and then we'll go back and then move on to different segments. Take it away, Mr. Niswonger.
I get to go first. All right. So, Zany Criminal, I read this and I laughed at a certain point of this, just with the wording of the article. It's from the New York Post. It's called Florida Man Hijacks Key West Sightseeing Train for Meth-Fueled Joyride on Birthday and Picks Up Passengers. I'm in. Let's see where this is going. Sounds like the birthday to remember. I'm going to get old here. Ready?
All right.
A man in Florida was arrested on his birthday Friday after authorities caught him absconding with a trackless sightseeing train and even picking up passengers while high on meth. Jonathan Patrick Winslow was celebrating his 57th trip around the sun on a raucous Independence Day when he turned up at the Conch Tour train depot in Key West and allegedly weaseled his way into conducting one of their vehicles. I was like, all right. Who wakes up and does this? Okay, anyway. Winslow allegedly bamboozled a well-meaning employee into forking over the keys after claiming he used to work at the company years prior and requesting a tour of the train, according to an arrest report obtained by WPLG. You know when you scroll down and it loses its spot on this thing? That's what just happened. Okay. The confused employee was left in the dust when Winslow allegedly sped away, thinking that surely the stranger must have had permission to take the train. He did not have permission to take the train, police said. I thought that was funny. He sped away thinking he had permission. He did not have permission for the train. Just SpongeBob voice right there. Officers responded to the depot when the stolen train was reported. It could be tracked with GPS, but was apparently already downtown. Authorities had a general idea of who they were looking for almost immediately, as Winslow had left his Kia still running in the parking lot in the depot blasting rock music, according to the arrest report. Police were able to nab Winslow and the train was intact. He'd somehow cajoled 2 oblivious strangers into joining him for the ride, authorities said. Winslow exhibited rapid speech and appeared excited, even when police told him about the charges he'd faced. He claimed he'd only borrowed the train, again insisting he used to work for the company, and noted that today is my birthday, according to the report. Winslow had carted off to the county jail when he was being searched. A corrections deputy allegedly found a pipe hidden in his pocket. So, and here we go downhill. Winslow tried to insist that it was a weed pipe, but authorities said it was a methamphetamine pipe. The short-lived conductor faces charges for burglary, grand theft auto, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Wow.
Quite a joyride there, indeed. Can you imagine being a passenger on that when seeing your train conductor in that manner? I think you would get off at the next stop. I don't know, but...
To be like, I'm out.
How badly did you get to somewhere that you just jumped on his train? Like, whoop, we're going. And he's like, whoa, it's my birthday. Like, get on. Uh-oh. All right, follow that, gentlemen.
All right, Mr. Wiseman, bring out a heavy swinger here.
So I didn't bring the news article that I was going to read from. I just kind of wrote down some notes from it and I was going to bring it in that way.
Okay.
So,
were we supposed to paraphrase it? I thought we were supposed to read the article.
I'll be reading my article.
These instructions.
Yeah, I'll be reading my article.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
This one, funny enough as it is, without having to necessarily read the article, and I assume that the article would have been rather short anyways, but I do have something funny to go along with it. So let me take you way back in the Wayback Machine, back to January 6th, 1995. A man by the name of MacArthur Wheeler. This man was a armed robber, robbed 2 banks. Do you recall this?
I recall this because this is one of my articles. That's great.
How would happen?
Okay.
I found it quite amusing as well. Yeah.
Yes, MacArthur Wheeler did not go into these banks. He did brandish his weapon. He did rob these banks, but he did not bring a mask. He did not bring some sort of camouflage, anything to disguise his face except for, wait for it, lemon juice. That's right, lemon juice. He squirted lemon juice all over his face with the assumption that the cameras would not see him. He would be invisible. Okay? And was thoroughly surprised when he got caught when he said, quote, "But I wore the juice."
I wore the juice.
Okay. Funny enough, though, I did take
Really?
a screenshot. Yes. Funny enough, though, I did take a screenshot of this. I pulled this off of a Google search, and it was detailing what had transpired after that. That there is something called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Wheeler's misplaced confidence in his flawed plan caught the attention of Cornell University psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger. Their research, published in a paper, quote, "Unskilled and Unaware of It," described the cognitive bias where people with low competence in a given domain significantly overestimate their own skill level and knowledge. The lemon juice bank robber became a famous real-world example of the Dunning-Kruger effect, illustrating how ignorance can breed overconfidence, a phenomenon also noted by Charles Darwin, as ignorance more frequently begets confidence than does knowledge. Yeah, so he will forever go down as the lemon juice man who thought he turned invisible when he squirted himself with lemon juice to the cameras.
But I wore the juice.
But I wore the
The
juice.
lemon juice is used to create invisible ink as part
Correct.
of the article. And so that's why this man thought he could smother his face in lemon juice. He actually, on video camera, is smiling at the cameras, thinking his face is invisible. And the Wiseman's Dunning-Kruger study, it's basically summarizing people who are not very bright don't realize how educated they are.
How this plan is not going to work.
Right, yeah.
I have an alternate
Ignorant to the
theory.
idea.
Okay. I have an
Oh.
alternate theory. I think this guy was like serious and he had a bunch of guy friends who immediately after he rubbed that lemon juice on, they were like, he is invisible. Where'd you
Can't
go?
see him.
Where'd you go?
I
Can't
can't- and
see him.
They kept this joke
1995.
going as far as they needed to the point where it finally paid off one day when he's getting arrested and on the news.
They actually deemed that he was not insane, that he was not, what's the term I'm looking for? He didn't have any mental issues. They deemed him sane, but that he was just ignorant to the idea that he was invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah.
He had asshole friends. That's all it was. He had a bunch of guy
Overconfidence.
friends that went with every bit of it. Like, yeah, don't tell me.
I love this study though. This is like
Yeah.
low IQ and a lot of overconfidence. The Dunning-Kruger effect. I'm going to use that. I see a lot of that
saw
going
that
on
article, I
sometimes.
said, oh man, that's too good. But I used the juice.
I use the juice.
We need to find a shirt that just says that. I use the
Oh,
juice.
no. I wore the juice.
Oh,
I
I wore the
wore-
juice. Yes, I wore the juice.
But I wore the juice.
Matt, was that one of your three?
Well, it was one of my two, actually. So I'm down to one. So you guys are going to carry
Wow.
the other one. But my other one I found pretty amusing as well. It's from September of 2025, so literally this month. And I'm probably going to butcher this, but Schwabach, Bavaria, Germany, discovered that a slug was responsible for repeatedly ringing the doorbells of an apartment building. The slug was repeatedly triggering the doorbells as it crawled across the bell plate near the building's entrance. Its slimy body was conductive enough to complete the circuit and activate the sensors.
Wow.
Residents had initially suspected teenage pranksters playing Ding Dong Ditch. However, their concern grew when the person ringing the bell never appeared on camera, and the motion sensors were not activated. So something that would strike some, a little fear into some people. The doorbells ring, but no one's there. Okay, what's going on? One resident told local newspaper Blid that the situation was really uneasy and just creepy as the doorbell kept ringing with no one in sight. After police arrived, they witnessed the doorbell ringing and with no human culprit. A closer inspection revealed the slug and its telltale sign of slime across the panel. Officers removed the slug from the premise and relocated it to a nearby grassy area, reportedly only with a warning. So I felt that while that was no crime, I thought that was pretty interesting. I could see that occurring, slugs going across and activating the circuit, ringing the doorbell, as well as no motion sensor. So kind of spooky at times, some people may think as well. But pretty interesting. So if you ever hear your doorbell ringing and don't see anybody at the door, you might go check see if there's a slug on your doorbell.
Could you imagine being the kid who's getting blamed for that? He's like, no, really, I'm not doing that. No. And they're like, you do it every night. And they look out on the security camera. All they see is a slug. They're like, see, I told you, SB him. He's like, no, it's not me. Like one of those kids that are getting beat. No, daddy, no, it wasn't me. All right. Is it my turn again? Do I have another one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like it. All right. The second one is not a criminal, but what he did I thought was pretty cool. All right. Legendary man carries ice cream and dry ice up Colorado Peak as treat for other hikers. Have you guys heard about that one?
No.
I have. But continue on.
All righty. Denver. Hikers who climbed a Colorado mountain got more than just a sweeping view of the... I don't know why I go into it. That's my Jehovah's Witness voice when I'm reading back in the day.
That was the Tom
that's
Knight
where I go with
voice.
that.
Yeah.
All right. Hikers who climbed to Colorado
Knight.
mountains got more than just a sweeping view at the top. A man in an ice cream cone costume unexpectedly was handing out frozen treats. No one seemed to know that the man who carried ice cream sandwiches and bars and dry ice in a 60-pound pack up Huron Peak over the Labor Day weekend. No one noticed him. But word of him spread quickly to hikers still making their way up the more than 14,000 foot or 4,267 meter mountain that's one of the Colorado's tallest. Blaine and Katie Griffin were about 3/4 of the way up Huron Peak when other hikers told them about the man. They worried he would run out of ice cream by the time they got there. So the story goes into eventually we got up to the top of the mountain and tired, hot, thirsty, and didn't know it, but ice cream was just kind of what we wanted, Blaine Griffin said. He and his wife enjoyed their ice cream sandwiches, which still were surprisingly very cold, with some leftover pizza they carried with them. No, I don't want your article. Christopher Whiteston said his two children, Livy 11 and Owen 8, went straight to the ice cream man as soon as they reached the top of the mountain, considered a relatively moderate climb among Colorado's more than 50 peaks over 14,000 feet.
Wow.
Nope. But he warned them not to expect that every time they climbed a mountain. So, hey, good parenting. Photos on social media show the man in a camping chair, a beer nestled in his armrest, wearing sunglasses with a fake mustache attached to it. Members of a Facebook group for people dedicated to climbing the state's 14ers called him a hero, with one declaring him legendary. What a Some also marveled at his ability to climb the mountain with such a heavy pack at elevations where the thin air can make it hard to carry just your own body up. Blaine Griffith said the man later zoomed past them on the way down the mountain, this time without his costume, making him think he had climbed it many times. That was just it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's awesome. He ran up
Legend.
the top. He was just hanging out
Wait for it.
with an ice cream costume, giving people ice cream.
Yep.
That's cool.
I like it.
I'd be kind of suspect.
Yeah.
Like at first I'd be like, what's laced in these ice cream bars, buddy? But that's just my nature. I'd be looking around. Nope, no one's passed out. All right, I'm gonna have an ice cream bar now.
Have one with me? Well, you take a bite first there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Eat it. Bite it.
Pass. All right. You ready for mine?
Mr. Wiseman? Yeah.
So I pulled this one up just because y'all are reading from news articles. I had to look this one up too. So I said I didn't. So now I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
This one's actually coming out of the Kansas City Star.
Okay.
This is in July 10th of 2019. And the illustration is how an ill-timed and really loud fart landed a Missouri suspect in handcuffs. The old saying, never trust a fart, took on new meaning for a person hiding from police in Liberty, Missouri over the weekend. Officers searching for a person wanted for possession of controlled substance when something unexpected happened. The Clay County Sheriff's Office wrote in a Twitter post, the person farted. So loud, in fact, that it led the officers right to him, police say. The person was eventually arrested, but the sheriff's office commented, the person was eventually arrested, but the sheriff's office commended the officers for, quote, using their senses to sniff him out. The suspect's identity was not released, I imagine so, by police. Twitter users also praised the police for locating the man. One person even wrote a short poem. So nervous with fear, guts in such a knot, that as Popo came near, guts leaked hiding spot. and the Clay County Sheriff's Department posted this on Instagram. It says, if you've got a felony warrant for your arrest, the cops are looking for you, and you pass gas so loud it gives up your hiding spot, you're definitely having a crappy day. And crappy is the poop emoji. So this suspect just couldn't hold it in just for another 5-10 minutes. Instead, his buddy betrayed him. And let one out. The cops are like, oh.
I feel sorry for that guy when he gets when he goes to jail and he's telling everyone else, all the inmates, how he got caught. He's like, well, I farted and stunk so bad that they found me.
How'd they catch you? Was it Prince?
Yeah.
Well,
no.
Controlled substance.
Yeah.
Did something very bad. What'd you do? I farted. It's just bad.
Farted.
We go to Matt and ask what he has next, but
Well, this is a story from 1995. It's a robber named MacArthur Wheeler. No, wait, we've already done that one.
I'm still listening. I'm like, Great. And what do you do?
Great minds. But I wore the juice.
I wore the juice.
Yeah, I saw that, and as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, you're making it on this list. For sure.
I was going to bring up that article that we had read or that we had talked about before about the polar bear, the bad day polar bear. You remember talking about
man.
There was a story about a polar bear or a brown bear that was albino or something that kept
it was an albino bear
and sent to Antarctica or one of the poles, and it kept trying to come back
to the North Pole.
Twice.
To the North Pole.
Yeah.
He got tranked, sent to the North Pole, got its way back, got tranked again, sent to the North Pole. He's like, I don't belong here.
The bad part is the problem with that story is that it has come out that it does not have any proof that it actually happened. That's why I didn't bring that with me. Because I was like, it would have been so good. But nope, it is a made-up story. I mean,
hoax.
Good, because I was worried about that. If we can't distinguish our bears better than that, we are not doing well. All right. Bear attacks are going to happen. Don't move. It's a polar bear. It's a black bear.
Yeah.
Aren't they typically like 8, 9 feet tall? That one's 6.
Yeah.
Do you have a bear expert right off camera? Like,
Yeah.
do you have like, yeah.
6.
Are you counting the bear skins you have hanging on the wall over there? Like, what's happening? Like, oh, and 6 foot. There it is.
No.
No. Well, do you have let's see, so Nice Swinger's gone a couple. You got another one, Nice Swinger, or
I mean, I have
move on to another segment?
You
What
do
you
have a
guess?
third.
You do have a third?
I came with 3, but I mean, I'm trying to remember. The third one isn't even it's a current event, but I only included it because I knew you guys would probably enjoy this particular current event.
Okay.
Okay.
The name of the article is John Daly makes a 19 to set wrong kind of PGA Tour championship record.
Okay.
Oh.
This was September 12th, 2025. So,
Just last week.
yep. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. John Daly made it into the PGA Tour Championship record book Friday for the wrong reason. He took a 19 on a par 5 12th hole at the Sanford International. He also broke his personal record by 1 shot. Daly took an 18 on the par 5 6th hole in the 1998 Bay Hill Invitational when he hit 3 wood into the water 6 straight times.
Wow.
Reminds me of the movie.
Wow.
Details
Tin
were a
Cup.
little unclear from Minnehaha Country Club, where the PGA Tour Championship does not have a laser system to record shots. Daly did not immediately respond to a phone call and text from the AP.
He's still
According to the
imagine
shot-by-shot
on the hole trying to
details,
shoot
he
it.
hit his tee shot into the rough and then hit the next 7 shots into the hazard. He finally cleared the water into more rough, his 17th shot on the collar of the green, and got up and down for his 19th. Hold on, reading more.
Wow.
It broke by 3 shots the previous high score for a hole in the PGA Tour Championship by 3 players. Most recently, Bruce Crampton in 1996 at the Greater Grand Rapids Open. Unlike his previous high score at Bay Hill, the 59-year-old Daly made a birdie, too, on his next hole. He had to settle for a par on his 13th hole in Minnehaha. So, yeah, I just thought that you guys would enjoy
Nobody
that.
remembers that one, though.
No.
Yeah. All they're going to remember is one bad play.
Like, at what point, how many do you have to hit that it goes into the, and of course I'm going to criticize it, even though I know that he'd play circles around me, obviously, but at what point do you not send it and just deal with the consequences instead of it sitting so short?
I think you probably cross a point where you're like, well, this is terrible and it's pretty much the rest of the round's ruined. So we're going to keep trying, it's going
Let's
to
just do it.
the Tin Cup, Roy, going to get it over that water. So, and the thing with Tin Cup,
That's rough.
John Daly, had he got it over and got it in the hole, everyone would remember that. Oh, they won't remember it was the 15th shot, but you remember that shot, So I could see getting that mindset when you're just like, it's all downhill from here. So only thing to do is go up. So it's just,
It's in the water, really.
Oh.
I don't know much about golf, so I'm thinking I'm glad he just got it over in 17 holes or whatever it takes. Like
Those water hazards, I was just watching it not too long ago, and those water hazards will get you every time.
You can be skilled like the pros, and they can skip it across the water and up onto the green, and not quite that skillful. So yeah.
As they slowly lean over to the caddy and go, I didn't mean to do
Yes. Yeah.
that. That was awesome.
Do you have another interesting one there, Wiseman? Or
I've got one here, but I don't know if you want me to use it.
I don't know if you want me to use it.
I mean, it's actually a fairly interesting story, though.
Okay.
I mean, I'm happy to share it.
Let's
Okay.
go for it.
I'm intrigued
Yeah.
with that big of a. I don't know if you want me to use it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I don't want to ruin the name, but Lake Pinier.
Okay.
Back in November 20th, 1980. The Wilson Brothers Company was hired by Texaco to do some oil drilling at the Lake Pinier. It's just, I can't remember how many miles it is just north of the Gulf of Mexico, but it is in Louisiana. Make sure I get my information right. Yes. And so as they are drilling, they set up an oil rig, and they've got some not tankers, the barges that are sitting right next to it in order to maintain it. At the time, the lake had a depth of about 10 feet. So they start drilling, and they get about 1,300 feet in, and then they get hung up. Now, the bit itself was 14 inches in diameter, so it's 2 feet. As they're digging, they get the torque twists. There's a clank and a pop, and then it sinks. And they're like, okay, something's wrong. We need to get going. We need to get out of here. In the process of doing so, a huge vortex starts to appear in the middle of the lake, and the water starts to sink. It pulls the entire rig down. It takes two or three of the barges in. It pulls a small island that had a house, rips it up, pulls it down, like the entire lake is coming down. Now I'm going to pause it there for a second and take you back to 1919. The Diamond Crystal Salt Company was digging and mining for the salt that was underneath that lake back in 1919, and had continued to do so for about 6 decades, leading up to 1980. There were 50 miners there at the time whenever that oil rig punctured the 1,300 foot mine shaft that was there. And that, mind you, that wasn't even the lowest. 1,500 was the lowest. And there were 50 miners that were down there. Thankfully, no one lost their lives. They all got out. But in the process of this happening, there was an elevator that could only hold 8 people at a time. And so they had to wait for that elevator to come back down and back up. But all 50 got out. No one up above in the oil rig was injured. And in the process of this happening, the lake had drained. As it was feeding into the Gulf of Mexico, there was the reverse. And as it drained, the Gulf flooded in and filled the space and just started dumping in. The lake itself drained in about 3 hours.
Wow.
And the Gulf took about another 48 in order to finally even out, but just poured in the salt water on top of the salt mine that was there. Now, granted, with the salt mine, there's salt pillars. Well, once water comes in contact with these pillars, it dissolves them immediately. So the mine disintegrated in short time. So much so that there was a 200-foot waterfall as the water from the Gulf of Mexico is dumping in to this lake, the Lake Pinier. So, yeah, it was intense. Absolutely intense. There's a whole news article on it. If you want to read into it, you go right ahead. It's actually interesting. What transpired after that is that it changed the entire ecosystem on it, because it became a salt lake.
Salt lake, yeah.
And so now you've got a new biology, a new ecosystem that is there. And it went from being 10 feet deep to 200 feet deep. And it is the deepest lake in Louisiana.
Wow.
So, yeah, kind of interesting.
That is very
really
interesting. That we'll consider that, instead of a zany criminal, a zany story there. That's very, very good. I like it. Well, we'll move on, unless you guys have some more stories here. I have another section we can move to if you like.
No, you said
go
3.
ahead.
You said 3, but you only brought 2.
I only brought 2, and one got stolen from
Just
me.
one.
So,
So he just brought one, really?
Brought one, yeah.
He told us to do the homework, but he did not bring the homework. Did you notice that on that one?
Well, it's coaching along here. It's doing good. Wanted to bring up a topic here that Tanya and I discuss often, and I would just kind of see how you guys weigh in on the fence. Are you right in the middle? Are you more strong on one side or the other? And that's in relation to music and songs. Are you guys a rhythm and beat person? When you listen to a song, that's what you pick up on and hear the most part of? Or are you a lyrical person? Do you hear the lyrics, can recite a song word for word on the lyrics, know the story of the song because of the lyrics? And the rhythm and beat's okay, but you really enjoy the song because of the lyrics? Or are you the opposite and more the rhythm and the beat?
Wiseman. Whenever I go to sing a song, what is my lyrics?
Yep, there
it is.
Like he sounds like a Muppet.
Yep. I am totally a lyrics and beat person.
Rhythm and
I
beats,
am
yeah.
very bad at lyrics.
Yeah.
Very bad.
Yeah.
Ridiculously bad. But I could tell you on the beat and I could tell you from that in pretty quick what the song is. But lyrics,
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm the same way. I'm a rhythm and beat kind of person. I love my instrumental music, and so I can even tell you who the composer is when I listen to certain pieces and be like, "Oh, I know who that is." You know, if you listen to certain,
You have a certain signature, certain fingerprint. Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct. They definitely leave their fingerprint, and you can tell that. You know, like John Williams leans heavy on the brass, whereas James Horner, actually, oddly enough, he also leans hard on the brass, mostly on the trumpets. But no, it's I am definitely a rhythm and beat kind of person. I don't do a whole lot of lyrics, but I'm not as impaired as Nice Wonger is when it comes to learning lyrics.
Wiseman, now. Hold up now. Oh, back up. Okay. Wiseman, he will, on the drop of a dime, give you a full-on soliloquy if you wait long enough. Like he will quote a movie 3 scenes deep. He will sing a song. I have bought this MFer several lunches due to betting him that that's what the lyrics said.
True.
And subsequently losing every time. And I knew this was going to happen because that's when Wiseman goes, I bet you lunch.
I like my chicken
And
nuggies.
I went, bring it on. You're wrong.
I end up with a Casey's pizza or some McDonald's nuggets. So
Yep, that's what.
winner.
I should have gotten that when you were looking at the menu, like the whole time. Like I should have known that I was.
Yeah, you want to bet on that? I want a Big Mac.
The last one that I lost to, it's been this long. It was Usher. I'm a freak in the sheet, or what is it? I still get it wrong. I'm a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed. And
Usher's not, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but that's the lyric of his song. And I swore that it was I'm a freak in the sheet, or I'm a lady in the street, but a freak in the sheet. Because,
It's
that
freak
seems
in the
like
bed.
how that would go.
Rhyme, yeah.
No, not so much. Wiseman caught me on that one. So, yes, when you say you're not a lyric person, I want to call bull crappery
Well, okay.
on that one.
Well, like I said, I'm definitely more of a rhythm and beat, but I do know some lyrics. And whenever came out with Usher and with Ludacris, and Ludacris has that little solo.
Don't
where,
forget the Yin Yang twins.
She's a lady on the street, but a freak in the bed. So, yeah.
Nice.
What about you, Matt?
This is where, you guys know Tanya. She could quote a song word for word lyrics, probably 90% of songs she's ever heard, and just, and she walks around and she's like, such a great song because she knows the story of the song. I'm like, I don't know, I don't know. And for those listening at home and not watching, try to guess which one that was.
Yeah. You got three guesses.
3 guesses.
You just need one.
Yeah, you just need
Guess
one.
who's responsible for yet another random freaking sound effect?
Not
that y'all are
wheezing
going to
this
have
week.
to guess what it is.
Not wheezing
Did anyone
this
pick
week.
up on the wheezing last week? But But
I hope not.
it's so I am a rhythm and beat person. I can pick up on that. I enjoy listening to that portion of it. I don't know lyrics. I may know some lyrics to some catchy choruses because they're going along, and I could do the lyrics of the chorus, because it's a catchy thing. But the verses, no, gone, But I'm so in tune with the beat and lyric, even if it's a catchy song and a catchy chorus, I can't tell you what that is unless the music's playing. You're like, oh, well, you like that song, you sang along with it. Yeah, but the song's not playing now, so I can't tell you what those words are because I'm so entwined with the rhythm and beat that I can recall it during that time. But when it's not, that's not there in my memory bank. So
is there a game like that where you just give song quotes and no rhythm? And you just do a quote?
I'm trying to think of the song. There are a couple games that Tanya and her sister and mom and some of the kids play that is it's like lyrics only, and they'll
just kind of finish that lyric.
Yeah, they'll read one line of the lyric. All right, finish the song, and they just love it. They're into it. They can do it. And like, you want to play? I barely know the line that you read. I'm kind of like, I would not be able to continue on from that. You guys go have fun. That's your thing.
This is how this game would go with us three. Here's the line. She built this city, and we're all just looking at each other like,
yeah.
She built this
Mortar?
city on rock and roll.
Rocks.
Starship.
But, it's... the more we've talked about it and everything, I've gotten to like, there's songs that she just doesn't like, but I'm like, man, it's a great song. She's like, it's a terrible song. I was like, she's like, do you not know what it's saying? The lyrics, the story of it? And I'm like, no, I like the rhythm of the beat. But, so I go.
I like the pa. Yeah, what do you want?
So I go, and that's the thing too. I can listen to a song, but I can listen to a song, listen to the lyrics, but I'm not picking up on the story as well as if I were just to go to a computer, pull up that song and read the lyrics. It's clicking. The story's clicking for me so much better that way. And then when I'm reading the lyrics, like, man, that is a terrible song. Maybe I shouldn't be playing it so loud when we're going around. No, other people are, but but it just varies. She is greatly dislikes the song, but a lot of people probably like because of the catchy chorus and everything, which is me. But hinders Lips of an Angel, great catchy tune and everything. But if you were to go,
that is a horrible song, and
read the lyrics of what that song's talking about, it's not so good. You probably don't want to be singing along to that song, especially with your wife sitting next to you. So I mean, it's. So when people really enjoy that song, it's kind of like, have you listened to the lyrics? Do you know what that's talking about? Are you me? Just you haven't been awoken yet to what's going on. And so, I mean, there's a lot of songs like that. But then you have songs like by the Chicks, Goodbye Earl, which everyone sings along with. But we all know the story of what's going on in that song. But everyone loves that and celebrates that song. It's just like
a little bit of fried green tomatoes going on right there.
Yes. What, don't taste like peas? What? So see there, I know that line because I've heard that song so many times, but I had to get that rhythm in my head before I could even say that line. So
another song that I never understood, and I listened to the lyrics, was that Pumped Up Kick song.
Yes.
Like, I'm just sitting here jamming to that song. Like, yeah, and everyone's like, do you know what they're saying? Nope, just liking that rhythm. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
well, another song that I haven't looked up yet, but Tanya just doesn't like, is Cake by the Ocean Floor, which I think has one of the Jonas Brothers. It's one of his side project bands, but I haven't looked into that song either. But it's supposedly another bad song there, too. But it's a catchy rhythm and beat, and everyone sings along and knows it. And I haven't looked into it.
Not everybody.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with this.
Cake by the Ocean Floor. You know it. It may or may not be on the next game night, so you just never know. But you might want to do some homework for that one. So.
Okay, I'm going to have to,
yes.
Especially before our next game night.
Yes. So, but I was just curious. I wanted to throw that out there to see where you guys stood. It sounds like you all are pretty much on my side of the fence there, other than Wiseman trying to hide the fact that he does know some lyrics there. And
I know some. I know some.
Look.
I'm not going to sit here and say that I know a ton, because oftentimes I'll be listening to something and I'm like, oh yeah, I like the song, and then I'll be singing along to part of the chorus, and then I get to a kind of a spot where I'm like, oh no, don't know that one, and back to the chorus. All right.
And you mock me for my way of singing, yet you used my own. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also called bullcrap. I think you know more lyrics. I think you're downplaying this so that next game night you can be like, oh, look at me. I didn't know I was lyric master.
Yeah.
Looky here.
Honestly, I mean, based on the question that he asked, am I more of a lyric, or am I more
True
so
story.
the
Rhythm and
music
beat,
and
yeah.
the rhythm and beat? And I'm definitely more of a rhythm and beat than I am lyric.
Yeah.
But I mean,
That
I know
is true.
some lyric.
Yeah.
I will give that to you.
Yeah. So, but I seem to be the oddball in the family, as
It's over there.
I do
But-
not,
but
I do
put
not
it
know
down.
the lyrics, but everyone else in the family seems to know. So.
Look, I have a
don't-
fidget problem, okay? I am realizing this for third video that I have a fidget problem. And apparently that was a very slick fidget spinner because it just kept flying out of my hand. So
Spinning,
back up, fidget spinner.
spinning so fast it was literally pulling him off camera there. So,
Yeah.
I gotta say, Tanya and her sister both being on their team this last game night, I'm fairly certain that's the reason why we won.
I still don't know how that occurred, because you're a pretty strong player as well, Wiseman. So
I did provide the winning point. I named the year, so I can at least give that much of saying, hey,
and you guys
contributed.
did benefit with having Paige and Gabby on your team, because they knew
Oh
some
yeah,
of the
for sure.
like more current songs. So I'm kind of like, I don't know how this team got formed here, but I will say,
Destiny.
you guys did not run away with that, and it literally came down to the
No.
last song. So which I was
Everybody brought
surprised,
their
yeah.
A game. Yeah.
So, and I'm sorry, folks, you don't know what we're referring to, but we're talking about a game that I created that involves songs and music, and these gentlemen play along with it, as well as several others. So, but that's what we're referring to there. So.
Mr. Mortar over here is quite the game master, and he has created an amazing game. It's kind of named that song, the year. What is it? The year, the title,
Artist, song title, and
the
year
artist.
of release.
Right.
So yeah,
So-
and that's it's quite fun.
Yep.
We all three bring different elements to our table with our friendship, and Matt is the organizer game master. Wiseman, we're still waiting to find out what he brings, but
I'm
bring
in
the
my
humor
cocoon.
And no,
You're just waiting for me to come out. I don't know. I'm in my cocoon.
we're still waiting for him to blossom and figure out what he brings an insane amount of knowledge of movies and music and fun. So, it's
It's just called trivia. You can say trivia. It's fine.
it's useless.
Pretty much.
I mean,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's
I
going
don't
to
want
put
you
it on the
I don't
table.
want you
Yeah,
around for
probably
anything
that.
important. I just, if I need to know, no. I'm kidding. Why
Get
are we
something
so
high
mean?
off of a shelf.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do that. Put the star on the tree. I'm your Bumble.
And Nicewanger is I am going to crash something, drop something, make a noise, wheeze. I'm bringing it. You don't have to worry about that. He's going to bring it along. And I'm going to make this airplane turn around just because I am on this airplane. So,
Butterfingers, where's the adventure? Nice one.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's ooh.
Let's set both my phones on the back of a truck before we head off to Mexico. Let's see how long they
Yeah,
can stay
I'm
on
gonna
the
see
back
how
here.
my phone can survive a 70 or 80 mile an hour impact with the ground before we head off. That's side stories. Get into that on some
Well,
other
be
time.
another
Lots
day.
of
We'll have
had to be
Nicewanger.
there.
Nicewanger
Yeah.
story night one of these nights here. So
We'll come back around to
That's
this.
right. We'll circle back. Yeah.
I don't need this YouTube because now I'm seeing how spazzy I am. Last week I brought a freaking noise with my whistle breathing. I'll take the blame for that one. I think it was me. I went back and listened.
I don't
I'll
know.
accept it.
Yeah.
But I had no idea. I'm just trying to stay still, and I'm like, hey guys.
Honestly,
How
I
are
thought it
you?
was Tanya because we were listening to it in the truck on the way somewhere, and I was like, That is when did she start this wheeze? But then she paused it and it went away. And she's like, who's wheezing? And I'm like, oh, so it's not you. Thank goodness. And then I was like, I don't know. So I messaged both of you. Wiseman tried to take credit for it.
I thought it was me, honestly.
But Niswonger went back and did this video study. He's like, nope. That's me. Yeah.
I was like, I even had the date, the timestamp set down where I heard it.
Yeah.
Like I watched it happen. Like, you mother, don't do. No, it just wheezed.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to. I'm going to introduce a couple new segments here. Kind of went over both of them with you fellas, so that way you're kind of a little familiar with it. We're going to start off with the blind ranking. This is a blind ranking segment here where it's 1 through 10. I'm going to give them 10 items one at a time, and they're going to have to just rank these 1 through 10, not knowing what the next one in line is. And tonight's subject is Pixar movies. Now, obviously, Pixar has more than 10 movies, so I just randomly selected 10 movies, and obviously I don't want to make it super easy or super hard for you gentlemen, so just keep that in mind as I give you these movies. Where would you place these on a scale of 1 to 10? And then we'll see how your list ends up at the end of it. You both are going to have to agree on this particular list, so you're just going to have one list here between the two of you. And we're going to start off with the first movie that I'm going to give you.
Was that to me?
Is
Oh, okay.
WALL-E. The movie WALL-E. Where would you rank that on a scale of 1 to 10?
Niswonger, do you recall the movie?
2.
He's going, ooh.
Is that your
of all the Pixar movies? You
I already have in my head 1 and 2.
You know what? I'll actually agree with that because I was thinking 3. So I'll agree
with 2.
I'll agree
Very
with
good.
WALL-E
All
with
right.
2.
WALL-E is the second best Pixar movie in your guys' mind. Very good.
It's a fantastic film.
Okay. Next movie, Toy Story 3.
You mind if I at least give an introduction number?
Yes.
I'm gonna give that a 7.
7.
You like 7? Okay, very good.
This is how I do this. I just the number comes to mind, I blurt it out. That's how I do these.
Maybe
blind
we don't do that.
No, I'm not supposed to do.
Yeah. Next movie up. We're going to say Monsters, Inc.
What's your thought, Niswonger? Niswonger says 3. I was thinking more so like a 4 or 5.
Ooh, he's got a little bit
Right.
So where do you want to
All right, put it at a 5.
put it at 5?
Going
You're
5.
one. Okay. All right, we'll take it at 5.
They get a 5. Next movie up is literally Up.
That is 1 for me. Niswonger, what do you think?
Oh, he
I
said
had a different one at
I was
1,
going to say. he
but
had
this
one
one
too.
I can move 1 down to 3 because I like the story on this one better than 1. So yeah, I'm going with 1.
Number
Well,
1. Okay.
Okay.
we all just like the love story on the beginning of it.
Yeah.
I mean that
There's so
seals it
much to
right
break
there.
down. There is so much to break down on that film.
Yeah.
And I don't want to deter too much from this. So if we ever come back to this, I'd love to do a deep dive on Up because there's a lot to go
There
on.
is.
So for the record, what have we done so far? 1, 2, 3, and 5.
You've done
And 7.
1, 2, 5, and 7.
All right.
Okay. The next movie is Coco.
I'm gonna say 10.
10.
10. Okay. The next movie, The Incredibles.
4.
Yeah.
4. Okay. The next movie, Ratatouille.
This isn't your was 1, is it?
No. No, but it's up there for you because it's a cooking movie. And we have 3, 6, and 8 left.
And we can't guarantee that the one that you're holding out for is actually going to be there.
I know.
You know what? We'll bypass 3. Was it 3?
Yeah, you got 3 available. 6, 8, and 9.
We'll give it a 6. How about that? We'll hold out a little bit longer.
Do you like
We're
Ratatouille?
going to gamble it. Ratatouille? Yes, I do. I love Ratatouille. In fact, that was one of the reasons why I really got into cooking so much and baking was quite essentially anyone can cook. And
Well, you need
it's
to
a
make
fantastic film.
It's nothing up
All right.
under Wiseman's hat there right now. So yeah.
Right.
This hat ain't coming off.
So
I ain't
we're
So
showing
you say
little
a
chef.
6?
so that's 6 for Ratatouille. Okay.
Yeah.
Next movie, Finding Nemo.
I mean, that's good. We still have 6?
You have 3.
Available?
We have
no, you have 3, 8,
3,
and
8,
9.
and 9. Yep.
3, 8, and 9.
That's rough. Oh, man.
Does that one beat out your old one? Or the other one that you have?
Yeah.
No? Or
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? I will give it a 3.
Okay.
Do you want to give it a 3? Because you would have gave Ratatouille a 3 if we were up to that, right?
So you're right.
I would have, yes, but
Yeah.
you know what?
I'd have gave
Hold on.
Ratatouille
We're-
a 9.
We're gonna wait. Let's not give Finding Nemo a 3. We're gonna make this game interesting. We're gonna find out what 3 is gonna end up being, and it may not be what we want it to be. Okay, this is the gamble. So let's
Yeah, we already got
make
first
Finding
and second.
Nemo. Yeah, let's make Finding Nemo 8.
8. Okay. I like it. I like the thought process there. Next movie, Brave.
I'm gonna make it a 9.
9.
Yeah,
That's
I've
longer.
not seen
Yeah.
Brave.
Okay.
9.
I mean, it's good. I like it.
So
but-
by default, your number 3 movie, gentlemen, is A Bug's Life.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, it's good, but
Were you saving Toy Story? I was
It
saving
wasn't
the
even on the
original.
list. Toy Story 3
Wasn't
was
on-
on there. Yeah, it wasn't even on the
what
list.
were you thinking, Nice Wonder?
Toy Story was 1.
Were you thinking Nice Wonder?
Because
Oh,
it was
okay.
the original. It started it all off. It was the best.
Gotcha.
I mean, it created 3 different spin-offs.
4.
I was thinking
Mhm.
Toy
Oh,
Story.
spin-offs.
4.
Spin-offs, yeah. Spin-offs,
Yeah.
yeah. So, your list, gentlemen, you have as your top Pixar movie, the movie Up. Your second movie is Wall-E. Then you have A Bug's Life, which you found to be better than The Incredibles at number 4.
Yeah, I
You
prefer The
found it to be
Incredibles.
better
for sure.
than Monsters, Inc. at 5.
You
You
keep making
find
it
better
sting.
to be Ratatouille
Would you quit saying
at
it like
6.
that? What is that?
Oh,
That's
Ratatouille.
like
I love Ratatouille.
salt in the wound every time you say
Seventh-
that. You find
Seventh
it better
movie,
than.
Toy Story 3. 8th movie, Finding Nemo. 9th movie, Brave. And then 10th movie, Coco. Which are...
I think 8, 9, and 10 is well placed.
Yes.
1 and 2 is well placed. I would have moved up either The Incredibles or Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Ratatouille.
If we would have put Ratatouille as number 3, that would have been a spot on list.
Pretty
It would have been
close.
pretty darn
Yep,
close.
because you
Yeah.
would have had Bug's Life down. So, yep, you would have been
I was
up.
holding out for you, buddy. I
Wall-E,
was holding out for you.
Ratatouille, Incredibles, and Monsters, Inc., which have been a solid top 5
Yeah, for sure.
for some people. Yeah. So we're
Well,
gonna,
if your opinion is different, leave us an email
yes,
at
leave
the
us
water cooler guys.
That's TWCGchat
at gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
That's right.
Noise.
Let us know if we got that right or if they got that right or wrong, and let us know how we're doing. Appreciate your feedback.
Please.
Or whatever your opinion is.
The next segment we have here is I'm going to give you a list of 9 different items here, and you can only keep 3. You have to cut 6 of these out. So if we want to envision you're going off to an island and that's going to be your new living place there, you can have them build 3 of these items, type there, and that's what you're going to be stuck with the rest of your living days, more or less. So you have to think about what you would like the most. And we're going to do food categories, I guess you would say. So if you want to assign a particular restaurant or whatever to one of these food categories, you can, or you can just leave it at a food category, okay? And these food categories are steak, as in a steak restaurant, Italian, so Italian food, barbecue restaurants, Pizza. That can be any type of pizza. Pizza Hut, Domino's, whatever your fancy is. Papa John's. Mexican food. Seafood. Deli sandwiches. Again, many different varieties of deli sandwiches, restaurants. Hamburger. So a hamburger restaurant joint, anything like that. Or chicken restaurants. That can be fried chicken. That could be Chick-fil-A type chicken. Just the varieties there. Those are your 9 categories of food items there. Gentlemen, you'll be able to create your own list of these 3 items there. I will join in with this as well, as I have my 3 picked out, what I would want to be there on the island with me. And so the 3 that you pick means that the other 6 do not exist. You will never get to have the other 6 at all the rest of your days, more or less.
Okay.
So, and if you guys have your list, whoever would like to go first. I mean, I have my list, but I don't want to sway any of you guys either.
So I just want to be clear on this. So we're just naming the items. So like you mentioned steak, Italian barbecue, pizza, Mexican, seafood, deli, hamburger, and chicken. So we can just state those things, or do we need to go into further detail on that?
Nope, don't need to go into further detail. Just literally
It's
state
just of those 9.
Of those 9.
And it can
3
be anything that we can imagine that we would find to be our favorite.
That, correct. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
All right,
That's
I'll
what-
go first.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, I'm taking, if I got this right, the concept of this, I'm taking chicken, I'm taking steak, and I'm taking seafood, because with those 3 things, I can make all the other food on this list.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, that's one way of going about it. Yes.
Is this like the wish for more wishes type of thing?
Yeah, I think that's how it was approached.
I mean, you didn't say
Come
we
on.
couldn't use this to combine our
I
food.
I think he was saying like think of something like when it comes to chicken. Nice burger. Don't think anything of it. When it comes to chicken, what do you think of?
Chicken strips.
Okay.
Okay.
What restaurant?
Then that's your then.
What
That's what
restaurant
you're
would
getting.
you have that makes chicken strips that you prefer? What restaurant, if you could say this franchise has to go there, build this on this island, what would it be?
For chicken strips, Cheddar's.
Okay.
All right. So Cheddar's chicken strips. What else did you mention?
Well,
You
I mean, this
mentioned
goes into our last week's talk
seafood
about
and-
our favorite restaurants. So I'll say steak and Longhorse Steakhouse. Like I'm happy. The only problem I have is you didn't include Chinese food on here.
yeah,
So
yeah.
there's no Chinese restaurant.
It's
That
not
would
there.
have been
Not
number
there.
I mean,
one.
seafood is. I mean, it's kind of there.
Or hibachi. Yeah, they're not on there. Yeah.
So
And for number 3, I still am going with seafood just because it's an island. And I feel like if I go with the seafood island, at least I'm not running out of food on this island. I know I'm still bringing more into this concept, but
That's all right.
fresh seafood doesn't sound bad if it's the right kind of seafood. Like, I'm not a huge seafood person, but I do
I was
like
gonna say
shrimp
that
and
look on
lobster.
your face. You're like seafood is okay. I kind of
Yeah.
like seafood. Your face tells me no.
Fish tacos. That's what you like. It's okay.
I-
Fish tacos.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
Certain things. There are other things that come from the sea that I don't want to eat. Like that, I don't know. Octopus doesn't look too tasty to me. It looks kind of dangerous to eat. Wouldn't want to do it.
Calamari is actually pretty tasty. I don't know.
Calamari is, but are you just
Squid.
Are you taking a tentacle of an octopus? Like I'm talking about that. You know, I'm talking about the Chinese food restaurants when they're not serving it to the American population, the ones they make for themselves. I don't know if you've seen
It's
them.
still moving out of the
They're-
bowl. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're kind
Slaps
of
you before it
startling
goes down.
for my particular taste, and those are the meals I'm talking about that come out of the sea. Okay, that
Okay.
where you're swallowing a tentacle, hoping it doesn't suction cup to your larynx as it's going down. Like that's my choices right there.
All right.
All
I
right.
like it.
Okay.
What do you got there, Wiseman?
Well, after looking at it, I had it within about the first 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Steak, barbecue, and pizza. You can't go wrong with barbecue, and you can't go wrong with pizza. And I definitely love steak, so I'm getting my protein out of that. So, I mean, yeah,
There you go.
yeah, I'd be happy. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner right there.
Steak, barbecue, and chicken. Or
Pizza.
Pizza, yes. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and my picks are somewhat similar. I'm a barbecue. I'm going with barbecue. I'm going with pizza as well. And the different part there is I'm going with Mexican food. It's chips, salsa, cheese dip. I mean, tacos, burritos, wherever you want, fajitas, just all sorts of different combinations there. I could eat that, for a good while. Whenever I'm not eating pizza, at least.
In barbecue.
And barbecue, that's right. So, Chinese didn't make this list. That's right. I should have had Chinese instead of hamburger joints. So, yeah,
you did not do me any favors with that list.
You did have two types of sandwiches there. You have the cold sandwiches and the hot sandwiches.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Very true.
For the deli?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got your deli sandwiches and hamburgers.
I'm sorry. When he did the list, my mind just went with those three, and I have everything. Like, I don't have to worry. What else do you need when you got?
I like where your mind is at.
Island survival, and if I have these, I can actually make those other things. So yeah.
I didn't think we would be living in the best choice spot for island being
come back to the. Don't think so hard on this here. Come back.
Yeah. I mean, steaks on the list. Okay.
You're
what
on an
island have you found?
island.
There's a steak. We're landlocked, apparently.
You are on an abandoned island. There is no hope, but you have Cheddar's, Texas Longhorn, Texas Roadhouse. Like what?
There is a cardboard box, an indestructible cardboard box, and when you reach in it, your mind, whatever you think food-wise, you grasp and pull out of that magical cardboard box. These 9 items are what's available. You get 3. When you reach in there, what item are you pulling out?
I don't understand how this would be somewhere I would want to leave. Like, I have a magic cardboard box on this deserted island where no one else is out there to bother me, and I can pick whatever food I want to eat at the time.
He's reaching in there going, Vanna White.
Yeah.
Vanna White.
We're talking, oh, come on. This is at 3 a.m, 3 Twinkies. That's it. I'm going out there for the most random of things. Like,
it's not a refrigerator. You get 3 items.
What is this, 3 total? It's not a revolving thing. I can't go out there at 1 a.m. and be like, I would like some peanut butter and some toast, eggs over medium. This isn't the holodeck on a. When you, I don't know. You gave me an island that has 3 perfectly good restaurants on it, and I'm talking about a magic cardboard box, and y'all like, you're stupid. That's wrong.
I'm just saying you're not reaching in there for peanut butter and Twinkies. You want some substance.
If you give me a box that can give me whatever food I can think of, whenever I can think of it, I'm reaching in there for some stupid stuff, okay?
Yeah, all right. You know what?
Nice one.
Those of you listening, email us at twcgchat@gmail.com. Let us know what your 3 are out of these 9 and why.
Out of the magical, out of the choice,
That
not the
magic
magic
cardboard
box. Go back
box,
to
yeah.
the choice.
That magic cardboard box, you're pulling 3 items out of here. Steak, Italian, barbecue, pizza, not barbecue pizza, barbecue, pizza, Mexican, seafood, deli sandwiches, hamburger,
and chicken. Yep. Very
And don't
good.
bring any realism to this magic box
That's
that you're
right.
pulling full-on restaurants out of, okay?
That's correct.
Keep your fidget spinners at home because it might damage that box. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some
You never
divots in
know.
my desk.
Yeah. Well, and with that, fellas, we will wrap up in another week and another chat around the water cooler. Woo, tongue twister. We hope you enjoyed your time listening, and we will catch you again next week, same time, same water killer. Water killer.
Water killer.
Water
Same
killer.
time, same water cooler. Yes, and remember to stay cool and stay questionable. See you guys.